Hello everyone, welcome and welcome back to my channel. It is me, your girl, Goddess of Love and Truth Reacts, coming to you with another video reaction upload. Sorry, I be getting tongue-tied trying to do this intro, y'all. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you are a returning subscriber or viewer, welcome back. All of you guys' support is greatly and truly appreciated. If you have not subscribed to the channel as of yet, what are you waiting for? It is free. It costs you absolutely nothing. By subscribing to the channel and clicking that bell notification for all, you never miss an upload, so you always get to see what I'm posting, whether you choose to view it or not, long as you get to see that it's there. Also, like the video. By liking the video and subscribing to the channel, it also helps me and my channel get in and remain in the YouTube algorithm. And to show you guys that I am truly and grateful for your support, I am doing a series of subscriber givebacks. I've already did my first subscriber giveback. Once we reached 1,000 subscribers, I gave away $100. The next subscriber give back is going to be 5,000 subscribers, and I'm going to give away $200. So make sure you are subscribed with that bell notification on for all, again, so you won't miss an upload and so you have a possible chance of winning the money, okay? Because it's free. It's free to just subscribe and you don't got to pay nothing, but you can win some, okay? All right? And it's fun over here. We get a good kiki. We be doing the Tyler Perry skits. I've reacted to some music videos. I'm going to do different reactions once this trial is over. Right now, since this trial been going on, only thing I've really been uploading is the Country Wayne skits, but I'm going to get back to my other reaction videos as well, plus more that I haven't started on also. But I wanted to come in and give y'all this update on what's going on with the P. Diddy trial. So let's get into the video. Next on the docket. And if you haven't watched my Tyler Perry video, go over to check out my Tyler Perry video. It was uploaded on yesterday. All right, you guys, let's get into this with Diddy. So first, before we get into the update for today, I want to mention, I've been mentioning things that was going on in Diddy trial on my Country Wayne skits uploads. So I wasn't doing just like real uploads on it. I started to, but the trial started off real crazy to me, and I was emotional behind it. So I was like, I'm not going to get on here and report on that stuff because it's just a lot going on with that man. So I stopped and I said I was just going to give like major updates or wait till the trial comes to when they do their closing statements and give y'all what the verdict is going to be, whatever happens, you know what I'm saying, whether there is a verdict or whether it's a mistrial or whatever. But I've been giving little updates here and there on my other reactions. So this one is going to be about Diddy. So first and foremost, yesterday they were reprimanded, all of them, the prosecution attorney and the defense, but they thinking it came from the defense. So y'all know the defense been fussing about them getting rid of juror number 6. Well, juror number 6 lied, saying that he stayed in the area, whatever, and he didn't. You know what I'm saying? He lied to get on the trial. I mean, to be in this, be on the jury and get on this trial, which you cannot do that. If you don't stay in a certain area, you're not supposed to be on the trial or whatever. He really can get in trouble. You know, he can get legal action like that for lying, you know. But anyway, Diddy team made up this big old fuss about they didn't want him to go, talking about he's an African-American man and this and that, third and the other. And y'all say that black people don't come and show up for jury duty where this man is, so he shouldn't be robbed of it, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So when it first came down, the judge and the prosecution wanted to ask the juror additional questions to see if maybe they can keep him on. Well, the defense filed a motion and said, no, he shouldn't be asked additional questions. We already asked what we needed to ask, and we feel like he should be on the trial, right? He should be a juror, right? So then after a week of them going back and forth or whatever, the judge did a ruling. He decided that the juror was going to be released and dismissed and he was not going to return. So then the defense was like, well, y'all should have asked additional questions and da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da, and filed another motion. So the judge was like, okay, I'm going to look over it and I'll get back with y'all. So this was on Friday. So Monday, when they came back, the judge brought his receipts and pulled the motion that the defense filed previously saying that they didn't want the judge to ask the juror additional questions. So now that I'm telling you he's dismissed from the trial, now you want to come back and you want to say, okay, well, we should have asked him additional questions. You're not going to be playing games in my courtroom. So the judge shut that all the way down, and he got replaced with a white man. Now, they said that the black man was like 41 years old, and he got replaced with a white man that's like 50-something years old or whatever. They do try to make it stuff about everything about race. I know there are a lot of racial issues that goes on in the world, and I had my experience, and I understand it is what it is. But in this situation, I don't think it had anything to do with race. And for the defense to be trying to bring that up or whatever, and Diddy as well, like, Diddy, your whole team is white except for 2 people, like, and you only picked them so you could have 2 people, but 80% of your team is white. Like, get off the gas, you know what I'm saying? So whatever. So at that point, I was thinking like, maybe he was the only black person on there. That maybe that's why they were saying that. But child, it's another black man on there. It's a black woman on there. Like, calm down. Like, calm down. Stop always trying to play the race card or whatever. So that was Monday and yesterday. So, no, that was Monday. Now, yesterday, the judge came in. They came in early and everything. Baby, everybody said the judge came in there with attitude, honey. Attitude. They said they ain't never, ever seen the judge come in there with an attitude. Normally the judge is all nice and perky and, you know, how everybody doing or whatever. But the judge came in there and he meant business. Somebody even said he flung his robe back like he was Batman coming up in there. So apparently, and I remember when they had these meetings where they went into the robing room or whatever, because they went into the robing room. They had meetings because this was a sealed meeting where the public and the other people in the gallery couldn't know, and the media and the press couldn't know what they was discussing. They also had another one the same day. Well, this one wasn't in the robing room. They did it inside of the courtroom, but they put everybody out, turned off all cameras, all microphones, everything, closed and locked the door so nobody could come in. So only people that was in there is the court reporter, the judge, the defense team, and the prosecution. Even Diddy couldn't be in there. You know what I'm saying? So whatever they discussed was under seal, and it's not supposed to get out. The very next day, which was yesterday, because they did this on Monday. So the very next day, on Tuesday, there was an article released, a news article, a paper released Monday night, giving details about what they talked about in the seal meeting. So the judge was pissed. That's why he came in there like Batman flying his cape yesterday or whatever. He was pissed off, and he asked them, and he did this in front of everybody. So they didn't seal the court or whatever. He reprimanded them in front of everybody. And he was like, he asked the prosecutor, do y'all have anything to do with this? And they were like, no, like that. And then the defense, they asked him, they said no. Some people said he gave a straight no. Some people say he was stuttering, like he was lying. But, you know, everybody had their own opinion and, you know, look at stuff differently. But I don't see how one person can say they stuttering and the other person say they can't. Just like one lady, she came on the Armand thing because Armand left early. And she lied on his platform because he let her come on and tell us what he missed or whatever, since he wasn't there to, you know, say it. She said that when Jane Doe finished testifying, and I think I mentioned this on one of my reactions, said that when Jane Doe finished testifying, she walked off. The defense attorney lady, the Gray Coast lady that was doing the cross-examination on her, said that she hugged her as she was leaving. Come to find out, that was absolutely false. Child, I don't know why that white woman got on Armand's channel and sat up there and lied like that. Like, what was the reason? Everybody said that she was like, everybody else that was in that courtroom that's reporting on it all said that that was a lie, that this woman did not touch the defense. She didn't hug nobody. She walked right on out. But anyway, so back to them getting reprimanded yesterday. So the defense said they didn't do it. The prosecution said they didn't do it, and the court said, well, I know I didn't do it, and I know the court reporter ain't got no reason to do it or whatever. So they are under investigation because he's going to find out who did it. And he said if anything else get leaked from a sealed meeting, he's going to confiscate all their phones, all their computers, every technology, and they're going to go through everything. So the prosecution and the defense are going to have to turn over all of their technology, and they are going to be under investigation, and whoever it is going to suffer real consequences. They're going to actually have charges brought against them, and they are going to have to testify under oath. Well, the judge told Comey, the prosecution, she's the lead prosecution, her last name is Comey, told Comey if it's on their team, she gonna be held responsible, and told Mark Agnifilio if it's on his team, he's gonna be held responsible, and he's the head defense attorney. And then the Greco lady or whatever, she was like, well, if anything happens, I'm not saying that it's going to, she said everything stops with me, so it don't go further than me. So she's saying that if anything happens, she want to be the one reprimanded. They said the judge looked at her and said, you don't make the rules. I said it's going to be Mark Agnifilio, so you don't tell me that the ball stops with you. I said, ooh. So that let me further know, that lead me to believe that they know it came from their team, which everybody thinking that anyway, because they've been leaking stuff to TMZ and everything. So I can't confirm who the article came from because the judge wouldn't mention it or whatever. So because they didn't want the bloggers or the news people to go and bring more attention to it, because it was only one news outlet that placed the article or whatever. So we don't know what it was about or whatever, but people been looking and trying to search. They've been making guesses, but we don't know what it was or whatever. But at the end of the day, they're going to get in some trouble, and they're going to have legal troubles and civil lawsuits, he said. I said, oh, shoot. The judge ain't playing with them. So now to bring y'all up to date today, honey, there go Diddy up here. That's the judge or whatever. So we're going to put Diddy. Well, we can leave him here, right here. So today, when they get in, one of the jurors didn't show up for court. Okay? Now, mind you, they already got rid of one. Another jury is questionable, but they won't tell us what that is. Maybe that's what it was with the seal thing that we didn't know about or whatever. But it is something else going on with another juror. I don't think it's the juror that was missing today. Well, the judge say he don't know if they can go forward with the case today because the juror didn't come in because they got vertigo. You know what I'm saying? So I heard that before, but I'm not quite sure what it is. Let me pull this up. So vertigo is when you have like spinning sensation, when your head is spinning and you seeing things and stuff like that or whatever. I was like, oh, so they couldn't take no aspirin or something like that, but I don't know. Maybe it's a deeper condition. I just read the little brief description. I don't know. I ain't no doctor, right? So, the prosecution said, is this a more than one day thing? You know what I'm saying? Because to me, for me, I would feel like, well, if they can't come or whatever, that's why you have the alternate jurors. Just like you replace the juror that you kicked off, juror number 6. Okay, the alternate jurors can step in for this juror and they just won't return. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they could do that. That's what I'm thinking, but I don't know. I don't know the laws or whatever, child. I took law a long time ago, and I don't remember that stuff. But anyway, I know a little stuff, but not a lot. So the judge said it sounds like it's a one-time thing. And then he said, Mr. Agnifilio. So he was asking Mr. Agnifilio, I guess, how he felt about it. So Agnifilio said, and that's Diddy's head attorney, he was like, well, can we have a sealed sidebar so I can ask questions? So they said, fine, we're going to seal it. The prosecution agreed. The judge agreed. So they went to the sidebar, whatever. They come back from the sidebar. And the judge says, okay, they're going to, and then he said, oh, I'm sorry. He was like, okay, we're going to inquire further into the juror issue. So they gonna look into it or whatever. I hope that juror ain't lying and playing like something wrong with them or whatever, because I don't know, child, just for because you was dizzy on your way there, you know what I'm saying? Baby, get you some and then look, and I don't even know why I'm promoting this, because I don't even take pills or anything like that or whatever. I use herbals and teas and stuff like that. I don't take drugs. I consider those still to be drugs. Those are still drugs. You know what I'm saying? If you know, you know, because I've worked in the industry, those are drugs when you're taking these different types of pills. That's why when the doctors be telling you stuff wrong with you and you really ain't feeling it and you not, you know, ain't nothing wrong. Now when something is wrong with you, that's different. But when nothing is wrong with you and they run these tests and they say, oh, this, that, there, and the other, we're going to give you this and give you that. Child, when they give you this and give you that, the side effects make you worse than what you were. And that's why, because they giving you drugs, they don't need to be giving you, a lot of time they be experimenting with you. Doctors are in business for the pharmaceutical companies, but that's a whole nother story. We're not going to get into that or whatever. And then some stuff I can't say because I get in trouble. But anyway, so the judge is going to investigate further. So I'm like, well, baby, they shouldn't stop the trial for that. That's why you have an alternate jury. So they deciding whether they're going to go ahead and move forward. It looked like they may, because the judge said, meanwhile, some exhibits has been flagged, D-Rocks or Mr. Driscoll. So Mr. Driscoll is one of Combs' attorneys, so he wanted to know what's going on. So Combs' attorney Driscoll said there is no foundation in this one stop. So remember, one stop is supposed to be the person who they always get their rug from, you know, the rug, and you put the D in front of the street pharmaceuticals. I said this the other day. I don't know why I keep forgetting. So the street pharmaceuticals is the one that everybody been testifying. His name is One Stop, who they've been getting the stuff from. So let me refresh and see what they decided. Oh, and that's another thing. And it's quite strange to me that of all days that's been going on, today this juror have this issue with vertigo. Today is the day that Brendan Paul is supposed to testify. Brendan Paul, if y'all forgot, and I mentioned this on one of my other videos, Brendan Paul is the person who was arrested when P. Diddy, when they raided both Diddy houses, and then they stopped him at the airport. He was getting ready to get on his private jet with his daughter and some more of his people that work for him. Y'all remember, out of all of that, out of both houses and getting stopped and searched at the airport, it was only one person arrested, only one, and that was Brendan Paul. Brendan Paul got arrested because he had all the street pharmaceutical stuff. I can't even say the pharmacy stuff. He had all of the pharmacy stuff on him. Everything was on him. So he got arrested for that, but he ended up doing a deal or whatever, which we knew that he was going to end up testifying, because they ain't finna let you off and you had all that stuff on you. They did also seize Christina Quorum's phones or whatever at that stop because she was apparently there. So I'm like, that's crazy that he's supposed to be the prosecution's last witness, I believe, but they may have more. They said yesterday that they may go ahead and go a little further. But from my understanding, he supposedly is supposed to be the last witness to testify. But again, they may decide later to add more. So of the day that he's supposed to get on here and testify, that's when this jury all of a sudden have this vertigo or whatever. And then they don't want to move forward. Now, tomorrow is Juneteenth, so it's not going to be court on tomorrow. They're not going to come back to court until Friday on the 20th. So we're going to see what's going on. So let me get the update now. I just wanted to tell y'all who was supposed to be testifying today and about this thing going on with this juror. So Driscoll says there was no foundation in this one stop. And he said, in the absence of proof that it is one stop, it's not relevant. So I don't know how it's the absence of proof, because multiple people testified that that's where they get their stuff from. Judge says it's obviously a pharmacy transaction, but y'all know the rug with the D. Judge says obviously a rug transaction. Said Miss Steiner, with whom is the exhibit to be used? So Miss Steiner, that's one of the prosecutions. She said no particular witness. Even if it's not one stop, there's much about the rugs, the pharmacy stuff. Okay, with the illegal, I'll say illegal pharmacy stuff. Okay. So let me see. Let me stop reading this word for word and see what they get to. Let me tell y'all. Okay, so they still they're still arguing back and forth whether or not they're gonna allow the exhibits about this one stop. The defense always trying to, child, they be trying to find a flaw in everything, but I don't understand how they saying that they can't establish that this supposed to have been the supplier when everybody was saying that they got it from him. You know what I'm saying? Even people that don't know each other, that was, going through the stuff with Diddy at different times or whatever, they all said, but a lot of people did know each other. They all said, it was coming from One Stop. Even Diddy assistants that came up there and testified or whatever, they all said that they was getting the stuff from One Stop, this person who supposed to be One Stop. So the defense is trying hard for them not to present that evidence showing the communications where they was contacting One Stop, saying you can't verify that this is that person's phone number, this and that, there and the other, when people have already testified and said that they contacted them. They know who they were contacting. That's the phone number. But I guess since they don't have One Stop there to say, yes, this is my phone number, but it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have the proof. So they going back and forth with that. But one thing that the judge mentioned, he said, anything more before we end? So I think they are still going to go ahead and end court for the day. Doesn't look like they're going to be court because of this juror, but I think that's crazy. Like, what's the point of having the alternate jurors, like, if you're going to not have court? So everybody that came up in there for nothing, and they not finna have court. So, child, we shall see. And then they pushing it off for Brendan Paul. Nothing better not happen to that man overnight. Well, he got 2 days, because it ain't gonna be, if they don't have court today, they not gonna go back to court until Friday on the 20th. So I just wanted to come give y'all that update that they talking about ending court and not having court today because of a juror issue having vertigo. All right, y'all, tell me what y'all think. Leave y'all comments down below. If you have not subscribed to the channel, click that subscribe button. Click that bell notification for all so that you never miss an upload. Like the video, share the video. And as we say before we go, love, peace, and hair grease. Smooches. Bye. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day.